Hey everybody, sorry did I tempt you with the candy hearts? Yeah, they are pretty good, aren't they? Happy Valentine's Day Eve to all that celebrate. What's up, Eric? How you doing? What's up, Mike? Anyone fun? Well, now that you're here, obviously, it's a lot better place. What's up, Jackie Jack? How you doing? See the lights? Good evening, everybody. Great to see you. Hey, Vintage Cadre, how you doing? Boy, I've seen some familiar faces from our Discord. Great to see you, man. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Welcome. Yes, candy hearts. They are good, aren't they? Hey, Ralph, how are you? Good evening. But for the benefit of those of you who are not in the Discord, which is completely fine and acceptable, we're going to maintain doing our chat shows and saying hi to everybody and talking eBay. Hey, CJ, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Joe the mechanic. What's going on, Joe? I could use your help, man. Got issues with my Jeep. Thank you very much, RDG. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it too. Hey, Karen, how are you? Welcome to the show. Liberty Tree 67. Good evening. Welcome. Very great to have you. Hi, DePage. How are you? Yeah, it's been a while, man. Great to have you back. Hello, Allie. Great, Allie, with some non-intentional great news given to everybody about a town in Connecticut. Maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. Hey, Jackie Jack. Yeah, we have this cool Discord server that a bunch of people have joined. When Dawn comes in, and I'm sure she will, she'll probably put a link in there if anybody's interested in joining. But it's a pretty cool service. It's basically this sort of a thing. It's just like an ongoing chat that you can keep up all day. I had never used it prior to Friday. Dawn just came up with the idea. Actually, it wasn't. I don't know if it was Dawn's idea, but Dawn implemented it. I think it was Cameron's idea initially. So kudos again to both of those folks. Yeah, if you caught the show on Friday, you saw we were kind of working our way through it. Now, after a weekend of basically being on it 24 hours a day, along with an amazing event, Paperpalooza or Ephemerama. Was it Paperpalooza or Ephemerama? Whatever it was. I think Paperpalooza 2. Everybody did a great job. I watched virtually every show, honestly, while listing. I didn't buy anything. I held out. A lot of great stuff. The highlight, without question, was that World War I album that went late last night for $750. Out of control. But great stuff. Yeah, a town in Massachusetts. Oh, it is still in existence? I thought we deemed it a former town. Hey, Dreamy Buys, how are you? Ah, same name. Okay. Dawn did the legwork. Yeah, she certainly did. She set everybody up. We had fun with it over the weekend. We had some audio. That's one of the cool things about it. You can go in and you can have like an audio chat with a group of people. You could do it one-on-one. You could even do video. Popeye came on yesterday and tested out his video. He was like, oh man, look at this. Really cool. So it's just a nice little community. It's pretty much controlled. Excuse me, I just dropped something. It's kind of controlled right now, thank goodness. But everybody that comes into the show is obviously welcome. So again, when Dawn comes in, she'll send a link if anybody hasn't joined it yet. We have like 40 or so members already just since Friday. That's a lot of fun. Reminds you of Mortal Kombat. It's I really like it. If anybody else does YouTube, one of the hardest things to find is copyright-free music. Sometimes it'll even say it's copyright-free and you still get dinged with a copyright infringement or whatever. But I found, that was truly copyright-free, and I really like it. And I kind of edited it too, and I made it my own sort of. So, but I appreciate it. I love it too. I think it's very soothing. So what's going on, everybody? Hope you had a good weekend. I'm just refreshing something on my screen so I could bring it up. Congratulations to Memphis Blazer. Steve just posted in the server that he just hit 5,000 listings, which is really cool. I'm knocking on the door myself. I guess that's cool. It's a nice number. It's definitely a landmark, an achievement. Yeah, Jackie Jack, thank you very much, guys. If you have a second to leave a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Jimmy Buys, did you use 6-bit? That's the way I got it. Was 6-bit maintains history for 30 days, up to 30 days. It takes a little longer to run that query, but the one I did was 15 because it was only like 3 or 4 days, I think, after I had deleted them by accident. And just by doing a lot of hunting and pecking, I was able to find my 200. Got them relisted. I feel terrible for you that you lost the 140. I know how it feels. If I can help any way, I'd be happy to. You have to sort it. Do you remember the instructions I put in there, Dreamy Buys? On Friday, I put exact instructions that the folks at 6-Bit gave me as far as how to sort your table. Yeah, I'll show you again, Dreamy Buys. Hey, Kelly. Yeah, you actually don't have to. No, you don't have to contact them. I'll show you the email I got back, and it just tells you how to sort the results. And then basically, Dreamy, just so you know, that doesn't give you the population that you deleted. It gives you everything that's ended within a period of time that you specify. And then you have to kind of go in, just take your title, copy and paste your title from 6-Bit and go into your eBay until you find a series that aren't listed. I'll show you. I'll show you. Let me show you the email one more time from 6-Bit. I hope I saved it. I sure should have. When the heck was that? That was a few days ago. That was before Friday, right? I put it up on Friday, the instructions. Sorry, I'm going through my emails trying to find this thing. Let's try 6-Bit. As soon as I get that, I'll put it back up. Last modified. Yeah, that's it. Well, now you just kind of have to go in. You have to go in and just like copy and paste your actual titles into eBay and see what when you see a bunch in a row that aren't showing as active, you'll have your population. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? Eric. Hey, Eric. Right, Monty, you can still find your instructions. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to contact them. They're really good, unlike certain other companies, which will remain nameless, that we both had issues with. You could contact them, but I mean, the instructions are going to be the same pretty much. Finding them comes back to you. Once you have that sorted spreadsheet, you have to just go back and forth between your active listings and find them. A vid from Friday, a live show from Friday, Jimmy Buys. I had a live show and I showed the, I'll find them again, man. Just give me a second. I should have saved like a screenshot. I thought I did actually. Hold on. Maybe I saved a screenshot. Boo, 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 boo. Just taking a look at the old email. No, hardly. That would be the brand new camera thing that I installed on Friday, which left us with a nice, see, that's saturation, color saturation. That's all. If it goes up, you look like you got really burned. If you put it somewhere in the middle, you look human again. I don't know, whatever it was. Just the saturation. But anyway, Jeremy, yeah, check out the video when you get a chance. My live show from Friday night, you'll see it. I put up the instructions on the screen from 6-Bit directly. But I'm glad you were able to get that backup done. That was part one of my debacle, was trying to get a backup done, which really worked out very well. I was afraid that they wouldn't have the stuff that ended, but they did. They had everything that ended within, my query was 15 days, but you can go up to 30, they told me. It's really good to know. So if you do have the 6-Bit program, I would imagine like InkFrog, maybe some other tools have that feature. I'm not sure. But 6-Bit definitely did. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I don't know why I can't. It's hard. I have like multiple screens open. I'm trying to find the email. If I find it, I promise you I'll post it back up. But it was definitely in the Friday video. If you just kind of fast forward, look for the, the comments I put on the bottom, like I have yours right now. You'll see it. I just kind of copied and pasted and put it up for everybody to check out. I certainly don't. If anybody else uses it, feel free to chime in with your thoughts. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Will melt in the sunlight. What's going on, man? Welcome to Mark. was a bunch of great videos coming out on his channel. He gave us some preview thumbnails, which were really cool. Mark is a creative thumbnail person and has great material, obviously. Allie, what do you use? What, 6-bit? I'll tell you. Oh, Macari. I'm sorry. You're talking about Macari, right? The question was about Macari. You Henry list so you don't figure the backup would work. I mean, supposedly it captures your ended listings. So even though you're relisting, that's kind of part 2, right? You still ended the listing. So it should definitely capture the ended portion, Jimmy buys. You sell collectibles? Cool. How do you do with it, Allie? What's up, Mountain State Pickus? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Marco Pangelo. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's an old story. Yeah. Well, John said that in a state of paranoia, that he said that every time John would sing, Paul would sing "Get Back" in the studio, he would veer over at Yoko. A lot of that's been put to rest because of the Get Back film that came out last year. You see them going through Get Back from beginning to end. And at no point does he leer over at Yoko. There she is. Welcome, Dawn. Good morning to you. Party time has arrived. The favorite Canadian, the Queen of Canada. Oh, the Marco Pelangelo? Yeah, that's a t-shirt without question. Cool. I'm all for that philosophy of, branching out into other platforms. I think it's wonderful. Had high hopes for a certain platform, which I really don't want to mention anymore, but that crashed and burned, unfortunately. But again, if they ever get their acts together, I'd be more than happy to go over there. Any site that specializes in one product, especially something that we all kind of dabble in, I'm all about that. Ephemera, even the stamp stuff, whatever. I would like to check out Delcamp. Has anybody else tried Delcamp other than Popeye? I know he does really well. He goes out and sources cards from Delcamp. Hey, Jay Smith. Yeah, and the piece Jay Smith that again he's looking for, it's an end. There's a field that's ended. So what you have to, whether you relist or sell similar, you still end first, and that's the population that should be captured. Holy cow, man! 105 in a day. That's intense. Well done. Yeah, I'm glad you did stop by. Welcome to the show. Yes, everybody please greet Dawn appropriately. The red carpet shall be rolled out. Oh, taking care of some business here, folks. Sorry, again, Dawn knows everybody on a first name basis. Who is Bob? Are we going to say that, is that Mountain State Pickers would be Bob? What is going on, Vintage Card? You experimented with promoted listings on your print ads. Very good, yeah. Genuflecting. Ooh, it's an SAT word there. I'm still looking. If the reason for the awkward silence, everybody, and my eyes rolling all over what you see anyway, is I'm trying to find the stupid email. I don't know why I don't have it. Oh, I know why, because it's in my Jiminy Flip It email, and I'm not looking at my Jiminy Flip It email. Well, that changes things. Hold on, Jeremy. Very, very sorry for that stupidity. First, I opened a ticket, but you don't care about that. You want the remedy. Then I got the thank you so much for letting us know it worked. Here you go. Dreamy Buzz, this is for you. I mean, maybe you already did this, and then it comes down to just copy and pasting the titles. And the wonderful thing is once you find that population, you'll find it, the 70, you're able to put them to relist them all instantly through 6-bit. But anyway, here's the instructions. Finally, Dreamy Bye. Sorry about that. I was looking in the wrong email. I'm going to find stuff if I look at the wrong email now, am I? That would be the instructions. Let's take a look, Dreamy. Anybody else who wants to copy that for a rainy day? You never know. And then we'll get back to some of the questions and comments and all that. Let me know if you have that, Dreamy. And then part 2, use the submit button to get them back on eBay. But take a look one more time. And if you need it back up, I'd be happy to put it up for you. Hopefully you got that. Kelly has a question for Mark. Do you put your ships in topographical and on trip? Ooh. If the ship's in a location, maybe you put the location. Mark is doing a little research. Oh, what a great idea. I come across that all the time. The little numbers in the corner. Do you go in the back and look at who the maker is and then put the number in or something? And I'd love you to share some of those sites. Yeah, exactly. Oh, great things from Canada. I figured she was the narrator. Hey, Florida Man Jim, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. The knife. The hot. It's really no biggie. I'm surprised you found 13. Yeah, it's not a quick process. The good news is once it's done, it's done. And I know we all know this. It includes the photos too, which is really cool. I think that's time well spent. And I just regret that I didn't do it from day one. So now if anybody else asks me about the product or whatever, I'll definitely say whether you intend to use it for just one, like I do, just postcards or everything you list, do that import right out of the gate, you know. Mostly non-topographical, okay. Spill. Yeah, we got to hear those. We got to hear the. There we go. There's the Discord link again. If anybody's interested, just click that link, follow the instructions, and get permission from Dawn, the gatekeeper, to enter our sacred temple. Kelly had a bunch of orders go out this morning. I saw his saga on Instagram about having to find all those postcards and get them wrapped up and sent out to his lovely customers. Hope they all fare well. Used to use it back in the day for gaming. Don't remember password ever saw a new account. Yeah, Jamie. Again on Friday we talked about this because it was brand new. It just happened that afternoon where we joined this thing, and the vast majority, me included, had no idea what it was. I had heard the name, but I had no idea what it was. And we've all, in the course of these last few days, just been kind of playing around. It's pretty user-friendly. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a chat thing. But it does have some cool bells and whistles, which we're still working on. Like I said earlier, the audio, you could do video conferences together. You could do instant messages directly to one user or a whole group. You can create subgroups. It's really cool. And it's always on. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Whole directions didn't come up in the chat. They didn't? Hold the phone there, Dreamy. Right there. Sort the grid by end date full. Now, again, that's where you have to just do some busy work. You're going to have that population, and you'll see, like, when did you delete these 70 some odd listings? Was it the last several days? Because you can drill down and just show, there's like a filter on the top of the thing, like a spreadsheet would be. Just filter on like recently deleted. I forgot what the terminology is. And you'll be able to, have a much shorter population. Remember, ended, anything that you sold in that period is going to show up as ended. Anything that you deleted, anything that you ended and sold similar or relisted. But take a look again, man. Let me know if you still need it up, please. Where do we leave off? Sandy, good evening. Hopefully you got it there. Yeah, that's very true. Just about every site on the planet has that option now, right? A lot of people, they look up on the ship on Google and found my cards. Oh, that's pretty cool. From there, that's what I had. It just from there you can resubmit your listings. That's all it says. There's like one little line that just didn't have enough characters to fit in this comment. From there, you can use the submit button to get them back on eBay. Once you find that population, just shift arrow down or drag with your mouse. When you find the 70 or whatever, how many were you able to list? Whatever the remaining population of ended is, once you identify them, just grab them in a group, right click, and you'll see an option to submit, and they all go right back up to eBay. Mine again were, how many? 200. It only took a couple of minutes. Did ever folks have their 90-day totals really jump up the other day? Oh, really? That's interesting. I didn't see any huge jump. It was just this morning. All right, cool. So you should, again, just look at like, it says like recently deleted or something when you do that process again. Lori, I just started a new one with a different email account. Yeah, that's probably easier than trying to take 5 years and like me looking in the wrong email for a message. Yeah. Dexter Co. Yeah, that is odd. Well, maybe expand that search then beyond that, even though you're right, of course, if it's just today, it should be earlier today. Now, you said you had 19,000 pulled in. It might need more time to propagate. That's a possibility. Right, Mark? Maybe it hasn't sorted everything out. Try it tomorrow. Huge sales month. That's a huge sale month is a good thing. Uh-oh, Patreon just updated their use of terms. Let's read that together. You ready? Yeah, I never take them with any kind of seriousness. November stunk, huh? Yeah. What's up, Cameron? How you doing? There he is, the brainchild behind our legendary server we have. Hope you're doing well, Cameron. Cameron had a nice show yesterday on the old Paperpalooza. It is Paperpalooza, right? Paperpalooza 2? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Just figured it was a glitch. Sometimes that means they're finagling in eBay land. They're doing something. And sometimes it makes those things a little screwy. Don and Marty and everybody in between. It's a lot of people. But yeah, that was, I hope everybody had a lot of fun yesterday. A lot of us were watching these shows and commenting on the shows in the Discord server live during the course of the day. I actually had a really productive day listing wise yesterday, which was kind of cool because I wasn't really in the market to buy anything necessarily other than postcards, of course. But so over the weekend, I kind of just had it on in the background, had Discord going, chatting, doing all those things and listing postcards. So I wound up getting a lot of postcards up. Pretty happy about that. What is up, Bartomania? How you doing? There he is. Yeah, happy birthday, Matt. Good to see you, man. Caught some of the show this morning. He's the birthday boy. Only a few weeks after me. 10 years and a few weeks after me. Or 9 years, whatever he is. You're on a listing tear? Listing tear. Cool, man. Get him up. Happy birthday. What is up, Craven Cards? Awesome name, by the way. Finally got some sleeves and mailers. Appreciate the white mailer info. Oh, cool. Yeah, man. Very good. Did you use the link that was in there? What is up, Tracy? There she is. Always driving. Tracy's always driving. Every hour. Great to have you, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Still waiting for the big reveal. It's got to be close. It's got to be this close to being finished now. We're going to have one heck of a show one day. I promise everybody. We're going to see Tracy's live debut of the legendary barn that's been several decades in the making. But when it's done, let me just tell you. But all jokes aside, great to see you, Tracy, even though I'm sure you're just listening. But yeah, so I did use the time to get a bunch of listings up. There's no doubt about the fact that having and I do this all the time, something like Matt's channel in the morning. I watch Johnny in the morning, earlier mornings too, because he's out on the West Coast, so his morning is 11:30 our time. So this is Matt's show. Usually is like early afternoon for me, but in the early morning I watch Johnny. Just have it on in the background as I'm shipping or doing whatever I'm doing, getting some listings up. So that's what I did all weekend. The combination of living on this server all weekend and the constant auctions going up and whatnot, it was just an atmosphere conducive to getting eBay activity going. And indeed it did. A lot of listing. You ordered some surprise. Ooh, cool. Bought 2 lots of military postcards from the same buyer this weekend. A normal person would have put them in the same package. Holy God, did you really pay $600? Good for you. What's up, Kim? How you doing? Oh yeah, Kim, because Kim had a question, a comment, which I missed. I apologize. I just posted it, Kim. A quick video I did the other day about the eBay having the whatchamacallit back, those envelopes that we all love. Hold on, let me lower my sound. The brown mailers. Hold on, I'll pull up my screen again. And Kelly commented and said he's waiting for 5x7s, I think he had said. Let me pull it up. Subscriber discounts. What were the dimensions of the one that they released? 6x8. The paperboard jackets. I'll share this really quick. In case anybody didn't know, they're back. These are back anyway. Those guys are back in the store. You can see you get a pack of 100. But I know these things were gone for a long time, so it's good to see them back. Where is Popeye tonight? I don't know. Popeye's doing Popeye-like activities. Popeye's probably in the... No, I don't think he is. Popeye is doing what Popeye does. Half his military aircraft, at least one photo in the mix, and then a bunch of linens that come to us. Oh, beautiful, man. Congratulations. I'm sorry, I saw your price. How many cards did you get, though? You just said 2 lots. How many cards around? It does, Mark, right? List the postcard, sell the postcard. Yeah, I think you can, right? I mean, you certainly can for first class, but I don't know. Does that meet the specs for the standard envelope, the 6x8s? Or are they too big? I should know that, but I don't. Like, just off the top of my head. We could look that up. What there's a dimension limitation. But they're thin. They're very similar to the ones that everybody raves about. That I forgot what they're called too. But those white envelopes a lot of people use that are just like a little thicker than a standard envelope. A lot of postcard sellers use them. I forgot what they're called. Oh, 600 for 6. Oh, that makes it nice and easy. Good luck with that stuff, man. They're too rigid. Okay, cool. For standard envelope, right? What was the size you said you were waiting for? 5x7? Are they less rigid or anything, or it's the same stock, right? Just a smaller size. I use them if I send anything first class. I also use them for some of the really small print ads that fit in, like a 5x7 print ad or a 2x2 print ad. I use them. It's a great way. Instead of using the big giant, it's kind of a waste. Use a giant 15-inch envelope. No smaller than 3.5, no larger than 6.125. That little and not too rigid. That's what zaps the eBay ones, huh? They attract attention. Yeah, I would say they're definitely under that. What is it? 0.25 of an inch. There's no way they're thicker than that. Maybe the rigidity is just they don't want to allow them. It would be great because I have hundreds of those sitting here. Like I said, I use them for the first class. I use them for other small bits of paper. I had a roller skating label thing, sticker thing that I mailed in them perfectly. The 5x7s are snug. They don't move. Okay, cool. That's good to know. You've been using the rigid mailers and no issues with we know, but they work, but with standard envelope, I guess is the question, right? Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want them to get stuck in the machine. I guess it's not worth it, right? But they might technically work, and a portion of them might sneak through, but it's definitely not worth losing one or multiples. I reserve them for first. That's absolutely what I use for the first class stuff, though. They're nice to have, and they are indeed rigid. I'll tell you, to Kelly's point, that they might be too rigid because they're really rigid. They're very much like the big ones that I have, the white ones that I use for the print ants. Lori says, so far so good. All right. So take all that knowledge, folks, digest it, and do what you will. We will not be held responsible for any issues whatsoever. Hey, Keith, how you doing? Great to see you, man. Lonnie and Shed Flips uses 5x7. That's absolutely, that's so true too. It depends on your post office, probably. Do they advertise them as for standard envelope? I don't know that. Do they say that they're good for that? Doing first class with a flat envelope, they will not stay packaged. Stick some bubble wrap or something and it works. One problem is doing first class with a flat envelope. They will say not package, stick some. I think we need some corrective, revised comment there, Mark, please. You just bought a box. So did I. And I have a whole bunch, but they hadn't been out in a while, so I wanted to pick them up. Again, I'll have other uses for them short of standard envelope. But wouldn't it be great? So true. So very true. Now I have, I forgot, Kelly, do you go to the post office physically every day? Because I don't. I have a pickup. And I've sang the praises of this girl many a time. She's fantastic. Cynthia, our mail lady. Absolutely phenomenal. She's never said boo about anything I've put out there. Food time. All right, enjoy. Congratulations, CJ. Friendly reminder, leave that thumbs up if you're interested in selling something tonight. Six days a week. I was doing it for several years myself, Kelly, and then with the whole COVID thing, it was just a nightmare standing in line, and I went online. And I know everybody probably knows the process to get a pickup done. Maybe it depends on where you reside, obviously. But in my instance, it was very easy to set up. And then much more importantly than setting it up, we met this lady, Cynthia, who's our mail lady for a couple of years now, and she's great. So like, I don't even have to set it up in the post office system anymore. She just comes every day. She knows to come every day. We hook her up a little Christmas gift, like Starbucks card or something, or Wawa. There's a place called Wawa out here, which is like 7-Eleven. It's just like a convenience store thing that's very popular in this area. But I mean, she's phenomenal. And on the off chance, because she's allowed to take a vacation, if she's on vacation or she's not going to be in a day, she always tells whoever her backup is to come to our house, and she'll leave a little note for me that says, I'll be out. I was going to say out of the office. I'll be on vacation for the next days, whatever. I told Joe to pick up your stuff every day. And again, knock on wood, never had any problems. If you use a flat envelope for first class, make sure it have some width to it. Stuff with bubble wrap does this. Okay. That's, again, just like Kelly said about it depends on the post office. Same with that stuff, unfortunately. There could just be some real idiots out there. 608 should be okay for standalone, but according to the rules, but some employees will flag them. And what are those called? The ones that everybody uses, the slightly less rigid white mailers. We went into a whole topic about this. Yeah, I know, but if you want your receipt, you do. Don't ask the post office, just give it to your carrier. If it comes back, peel a return sticker. Yeah, that, and again, that's the beauty of having my pickup. I don't have to like deal with anybody at a window anymore who might be a jerk and just be in a mood that day. Do you? Mark does too. Lobby for prepaid, they said no problem. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I liked when I would go to the post office. I always wanted to get my receipt though. Very true. Based upon their mood. Yeah, Karen knows the Wawa all too well. It's, to me, it's like a scourge, but whatever. It's just a gas station that has terrible food and coffee inside that everybody loves in this area for some reason. They want the envelopes to go through machines and not use staff to deal with them. EcoSwift. Thank you, Purple Soco. Yeah. Kind of the same thing, right? Just a little bit thinner, I guess. EcoSwift. Thank you. Thank you. You tried. They yelled at you for an hour in the lobby. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. You just fill up a sticker they put on it and stick it back in the mail. Cool. Well, I haven't used them other than the first class stuff, but now I'm tempted because I do have a bunch and I just like, did Lori just say she just bought a box? I have a box coming myself. I would love to be able to use them because they were free. Free for the cost of paying for a store every month. Paper is rated by GSM regular envelope 25 times better, more rigid. Now, what would the eBay rigid envelope be? Mark, do you know that? GSM number? I'm surprised no one is talking about the USPS latest change. They want to make combining first class parcel and cubic. I wonder if it will cause first case. Probably. Did you see that? Was that some kind of post from the post office itself, Kelly? About a plan to change? Dreamy, you have to follow up. I want to know that you could find. I feel so bad because I know what I went through, the agony I went through for 3 days. I really want you to be able to get those listings back. It's definitely in there. It's going to be in there. It's a matter of finding them. Off the charts stiff. There you go. See, I've never used the EcoSwift, so I don't have anything to compare with, the eBay stuff or my rigid mailers. But if they're, like a few people said, if eBay is marketing them as perfect for standard envelope, and the post office apparently abides by those guidelines, those things abide by the post office guidelines, and why are we having a problem? Who are these people? Cool, man. Yeah, it's a little bit of, needle in a haystack sort of thing. I mean, I had 200, but my population of ended was like 3,000. I had ended and relisted 3,200 listings. So I had to basically search for 3,200, but I was lucky. I mentioned this Friday. I was lucky. It was in maybe my first 1,000. I found them. so I didn't have to go through all 3,200. And you could just, common sense, don't look up every one. Go like in blocks of 50 or so. I did blocks of 100 because I ended 200 at a time. But if you're under 200, you should maybe do every 25 or 30 lines. Just keep pulling it in. And then I would mark my spreadsheet like colored green or something to know that I've already looked at that population. But whatever you got to do. National release. Cool. Thanks, man. Anybody wants to check that out, click that link. Everybody was talking about Massachusetts today on the old Discord because of Allie's findings with some town in Connecticut, Massachusetts. And it's just so funny because for the last 2 days, I've been listing Massachusetts postcards. This town called Lowell, Lowell. I must have like 50 cards with Lowell, Massachusetts. I was getting bleary-eyed doing the same state and city over and over and over. But you list, you sell, is what somebody once said. So list I did, and sell I did. I've been selling postcards. Adding a sales tax column to your sales and profit sheets now that eBay has given us that breakdown box. Such fun. Oh yeah, that's just hours of joy right there. Absolutely, Al. You kidding me? It's the first thing I did. I don't have any listed yet, and I didn't come across any. But yeah, I was. Can you explain? So now you're saying that it's the same town, that it does exist, but there's another town with the same name? You were mentioning in the thing that it was what was it, flooded or something, or I forgot what you said. Or they drowned out the town to build some kind of dam or something. I can't remember what you said, but it was a kind of wacky story. But Lowell, Springfield, that was like over and over and over and over. Connecticut and Massachusetts have a lot of Connecticut and Massachusetts. Gotcha. Okay. Enfield, Mass doesn't exist. Okay, cool. So the card you had is from a town that doesn't exist anymore, which you would think would jack up the price. Sure. Be happy to. I will reply right now. Thank you, Mark. All right, Mark, you have mail as well. The town and 3 others were intentionally flooded to make the Quabbin Reservoir for Boston. Okay. Other towns underwater include Neversink. That's kind of a very ironic name of a town that's now underwater. Cool, man. Yeah. Big time, right? Yeah. Good stuff, man. Thank you. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. And I guess you want to use that phrase as well. Like, do you want to put what would a good keyword be for something like that? Not underwater town, but like something that indicates a town doesn't exist anymore. There's probably like a term. Yeah, Neversink. I said that's pretty ironic, isn't it? Yeah, man, no problem. There he is. How you doing, Popeye? People are wondering where you are. I said Popeye's doing his own stuff. Haha. Ghost towns. That's cool. Town underwater. You think underwater town might actually be something you could throw in, Whoever bought all the New York lots sold last month on whatnot got a boatload of Never Sink. Really? That is pretty funny. Never Sink is now underwater. Sweet, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I saw. Saving the world one postcard at a time is Popeye. Town now underwater. Yeah, we got to, there's probably a phrase like Matt was saying about ghost towns. You know, I think of a ghost town as like out west with the tumbleweed and all, but I guess any town that no longer has inhabitants, is that the right word? That doesn't have people in it anymore, we could classify as a ghost town, I imagine. Thank you for that list, man. That's awesome. Never Sink. That's got, we'll never forget that one. Happy pre-Valentine. Yeah, you too. Vintage Vaughn. Welcome to the show. Hey, Jim, how you doing? You haven't done my New York batch. Yeah, you will be on the lookout. Absolutely. You know what? I know I definitely have some New York postcards. Let's do a quick search, shall we, for Never Sink. And then I'll decide if we're going to use the term ghost town. I have a Never Sink postcard from the Spillway Dam, New York City water supply, aerial view. Never Sink, New York. I'm going to do a little revision on this guy. Congratulations, Purple Soccer. Never Sink postcards. City water supply. Where would I indicate this? I'm going to put this in somewhere. Ghost town. Ghost town, one word or two. I just updated that guy. I'm going to raise the price as well because why not? Revised. Thank you very much, guys, for especially Matt with the bolo there. You gave your wife, but it was a vintage postcard, wasn't it? Was it? No, it was probably a chrome. Mark gave out a chrome. Congratulations, Purple Sorko again. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Callie Debs, how you doing? Happy Valentine's Eve to you too. Nice sales on Never Sink. Yeah, very cool, man. I just updated. I had one card out there, so what the heck? I just I threw the term ghost town at the end. Per Matt's advice. We'll see if that works. Wouldn't it be funny if we all got chings on our Never Sink postcards right now? Yeah, definitely check it out. Everybody do a quick search in this store. See if you have any Never Sink New York postcards. I had one. If I had one with like 2,000 some odd listings, you guys probably did have tens of thousands of listings. Odds are you might have come across a couple of Never Sinks and never knew. Like me. Anybody know the song Victoria by the Kinks? It's been in my mind for the last 6 hours. I can't stop humming Victoria. Great song. Kind of an unheralded tune of theirs. I'm sure it helps the view if you have is of the town before it became an underwater town. Yeah, exactly. You would think. Right, not just the name of the town, but a view of it. Exactly. Which is what Allie had. Allie had a church and a convent across the street. That's what started the whole thing. She's like, does anybody know what that word? It said whatever the name of the town was, and then it said it wound up being convent. I looked, I blew it up, and I did some witchcraft on it with my photo editing stuff, and it looks like it read convent. And she's like, oh, great. And then she's like, upon doing some more research, found out it was a town underwater, purposely sank. Didn't have any to say in nice souls. Yeah, no, I know. That's cool. But I'm saying anybody that sells postcards and has some in their store, it's a good idea to take a look right now and just search Never Sink. You bought a postcard on Del Camp, still out Florida, charged $3 for shipping, sent it with a stamp. Plain white envelope and a cut up manila folder. No sleeve? Oh, it's not good. Wow. What are you going to do with them? Are you going to throw that catchphrase on there? Ghost Town? We got to figure out a word. Ghost Town's good. You can't scroll up in the Discord very far. Did you add that text channel? I don't know if you're on the phone. See, I don't use it on the phone, so maybe it looks different. I don't know. I can scroll and scroll and scroll. But do check out our server if you're in the mood. It's pretty cool. It's a nice way to keep in touch with everybody, and questions like this that come up, it's a great opportunity to bounce off things with other resellers. You sent something like that. I used it as a sleeve on an index card. Yeah, but at least you had a sleeve on there. He's saying there was no sleeve. Hey, Swan Picker, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Extinct town is a very good term, too. I like that. Put the words "buy me." There you go. Yeah, Mark is a no-frills kind of postcard guy, in case you didn't notice. Yeah, the lack of a sleeve. I mean, water and paper, you know what I mean? Not a good combo. Which is what, who just wrote that earlier? Was that Kelly? You want to have a view of the town. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, at least that provides some rigidity, right? But you got to have a sleeve. Come on. There you go. When in doubt, turn it off, turn it back on. Yeah, no, you did, Kelly. Makes sense. Total sense. Full use of the shelves. That's right. Again, with no snow, what else is she going to do? Make your dinner, do your wash, build your shelves, right? With the little, and then you'll take care of it tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Valentine's, a vintage Valentine's chrome card. Love SM postcards. Anybody have any big plans for Valentine's Day tomorrow? Mrs. Flippett is on the mend. She's doing well. She went to work today. What's today? Monday or Tuesday? Today's Monday. She went to work today, feeling a lot better, which is great. All weekend, stayed in bed. She's on antibiotics. It's the third day. I'm sure that's why she's feeling better. So maybe we'll be able to do something tomorrow. We'll see. Even if we just go grab some dinner, would be nice. So let me know if you guys are having any big plans tomorrow. If you're just going to hang out and list, and that's awesome too. Years and years and years ago, when I was in a cover band in Manhattan after work, we played on Valentine's Day, and they had something called the Lonely Hearts Club. Of course, Sgt. Pepper, right? Lonely Hearts Club band. We used to do a Lonely Hearts Club show on Valentine's night and open up with a song called Love Stinks by Jay Giles. It's a lot of fun. A lot of drinking. A lot of drinking would take place at those shows. Oh, absolutely. Kelly, not a fan. You went out this evening. There you go. Got a bug. Oh, no. Oh, geez, Mark. Be careful. A listing love fest. There you go. Exactly. But the Lonely Hearts Club shows we used to do they were actually a lot of fun. All bliss. The live opening to Must Have Got Lost. Oh, Love Stinks is a great song. That's how we used to open the show. How can you mend a broken heart? In the words of the Bee Gees. There's so many songs you could do in a Lonely Hearts show. It's pretty funny. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jack. It is a great song, absolutely. And perfect for a Valentine's night show for Lonely Hearts. I don't know if I haven't seen her in here. Jody, Marketplace Boutique. She has a channel called Marketplace Boutique. She's in the chat here and there. She released a video today talking about something we all take for granted, kind of, if you have a store, Terapeak, right? And the fact that they expanded it to, you could look back 2 years now, I think it is, right? They expanded it. And I also believe you could look up full size pictures now, which they had limited. And she brought up an interesting point. Like, is it still worth having WorthPoint if you could look back 2 years now and for free, quote unquote, with a store subscription? I guess it depends on what you look up with any kind of frequency. I really like having WorthPoint for other things. Like, if nothing else, like, I don't know. So I'm just wondering if anybody had any thoughts on that. It was an interesting question. Like, is it really worth getting WorthPoint anymore if you could look up 2 years on Terapeak? It's included with your subscription, and you get the full pictures and all that. I figured I would throw that out if anybody had any thoughts on it. I thought it was a cool topic for a video, though. Yeah, but the plagues have a way to get inside sometimes. She just breaks. Yeah, exactly. No, poor girl. She's been struggling. Yeah, we send virtual coughs away. No. Poor Dawn. Dawn's had a rough week, but been a trooper through it all. And she was in the server all weekend too, and she was in most of the Whatnot shows too, I believe. Omnipresent Dawn. Aren't you restricted to the number of searches with Terapeak? I list 100 cards a day, so if we say we're capped at 250 a month, then it's worthless. Well, that's a good question. I don't know if there was a cap, but that would certainly be a game changer. Another great question, Jim. I think they do. You did that leaving the house. Only one single sale from you so far today. Oh, really, man? That's all right. Ebbs and flows, right? Hey, Steve, what's up? Terapeak is polluted with all the postcard sales for quarter. I love WorthPoint. I just thought it was an interesting video. Jody, Mark, if she's in there watching and not saying hi. How you doing, Jody? But she just did a video this morning. I thought it was interesting. She wasn't slamming WorthPoint or anything. She was just saying it's a, you have a lot of functionality now that they expanded it to 2 years. So I think it depends on what you look up. Yeah, that's a great question. I didn't know if there was a limitation on lookups. Way better than WorthPoint, but having both of a nice obscure stuff that sells once every 10 years. Oh, absolutely. WorthPoint will capture a really huge population of stuff. The odd stuff for people that are into like glass and kind of off the wall things. At least in my world, they're off the wall. Things that aren't as common as what we all dabble in with the paper. I think it has a major. There's a big benefit to having it. I like having it. Mark just makes it up. There's no cap on Terapeak. There you go. What's up, Jim? You guessed too. You're like Mark. You follow the Chicagoland point of view. Great to have you, Jim. Green stamps. There you go. In real life, you sold some horse tack for $150. Oh, cool. Yeah, and you had a nice Whatnot the other day. Was it? Yes. Yeah, you were on Sunday, right, Cameron? So you think of that. You made some extra bucks from your. It always seems to balance out, unfortunately, right? But I enjoyed your show. Callie Debs is keeping WorthPoint. It's expensive but worth it. It doesn't seem like there was a limit to how many times you could look it up. Yeah, definitely. And if it's true, see, I'd never heard the Terapeak had that limitation, so I thought it was a good question by Kelly. But Jay Smith is saying there is no cap. I mean, it's certainly at a minimum, if you don't feel like spending the money to have a WorthPoint subscription, it is nice that they've enhanced that to go out 2 years now, Terapeak, and that we all have it. Most of us have stores, I'm pretty sure. So you might as well use the benefit. Cameron, I'm sorry, you've been in here for what, 15 minutes? Come on. You're going to get 10 sales if you have you just missed the first hour by a minute. It's 8:01, but we'll let you get in. Yeah, I don't think there was, but AP mentioned it. Let me see if there was a page on. Yeah, man, absolutely. Oh, I want to bring up, speaking of Whatnot, Paperboy from Million Dollar Peddlers is on Whatnot, and he does ephemera shows. He does all kinds of shows. He's into paper, obviously, for those of you who know the channel. Good friends of the channel. And he's doing print ads. Gee, where'd he get that idea from? But he's doing some print ads that he picked up. I think it's tomorrow. Pretty sure it's tomorrow, 4 o'clock. I'll confirm with him. But definitely go check out Paperboy on Whatnot. Check out his auctions. He does good stuff, and he'll have a bunch of print ads up tomorrow. You don't even look at eBay solds. I just terror peek everything. And you've never run into any issues, yeah. Good. But Kelly's on it. He's going to take a look to see if there's any literature out there. Big Santa. eBay did not. Oh, really? Enough said, Mark. Enough said. Sometimes it's worth, you get what you pay for, as they say, right? But I think for the vast majority of people, selling on eBay, it's probably pretty, more than adequate to have that option. Terror peek 2 years out. It's definitely going to give you a ballpark. If you're truly miffed and you can't find comps, traditional means or whatever, you could use that. I think it's a nice service for sure. And I definitely like the enhancement to 2 years. Doing with the link. Yeah, go check out Dave Paperboy on the Whatnots tomorrow. And it is 4 o'clock, right? Dawn, I think he starts at 4. That's the link if you want to check that out. $1 Million Peddlers to watch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and check out their YouTube, obviously. The great guys. They do live shows, too, every week. Wednesdays, I believe. Wednesday evenings. They were on my show almost a year ago, probably. It was a lot of fun with Travis and I on the chat show. Way back in the early days. As we open up bottle number 3. Cheers. The Deer Park spring water is going down very well this evening. Yep, check them out, Jackie Jack, definitely. To see if special or not more than anything. For instance, like with all these new towns that we've discovered, the underwater towns, the ghost towns, where you might think it was just like what Ali put in the picture of the postcard this afternoon. Nobody really thought anything special about it. I don't think she did either. She was just trying to figure out what one of the words said, and that turned into this whole thing. Like that probably would have been like a $3-4 card listed, but now it goes up probably because it's one of those ghost towns. September 21, there was 250 searches a day, but they have removed it at a recent update. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, that's good advice too. That's the rule. And there's Cameron's, beautiful. That's on Wednesday on the Whatnots. Check that out. Thank you very much, Dawn. A lot of the comps you look up are older than 2 years. Me too. I like it, but I just think it's a nice. It was an interesting video to me. I thought it was a cool topic. Like basically saying now that they've enhanced it to go back 2 years, is it still worth having worth point? That was all she was saying. And there's $1 Million Peddlers link. Thank you. Look at Dawn. Yeah, that's for sure. That's what Steve Memphis Blazer was writing in our Discord a little while ago. He had just hit 5,000 listings, which, by the way, congratulations on the eBay. And he said that's what he kind of said. He's like, for me, it was a big challenge to get 5,000 because he gets very deep into rabbit holes when it comes to research and stuff, which I'm sure a lot of people do. It's actually enjoyable. It's fun to find out information about these towns and these topics and all that. Me with the print ads. That's one of the things I loved about the print ads. I still do. It was like checking out the history behind it. Yeah, where do we sit, Cameron? I agree. If everybody has to, and again, when we say this is his main. We have to distinguish which store it is, right? What you put the link in for? What link did you put in? Gravity Goods, yeah, because he has the other one, the Parker Postcards, which I think is a newer channel, right, Cameron? Get them both to 1,000. Jackie Jack says, being sick, you've been researching and falling down all kinds of, yeah. Not necessarily a bad thing. But yes, could put the brakes on productivity? Absolutely. Absolutely it can. But you're learning stuff along the way, so maybe that enhances things down the road, right? Purple Soko says, Worth Point lets me figure out something as a $60 card off enough for me to make my subscription. Oh, yeah. If you get one sale by virtue of a lookup, one decent sale, it pretty much pays for it every month. Let me go check. 882. Oh, you're close, man. And then that's the Parker's channel. Yeah. And that is newer, right? Yeah, I don't worry, but that's a big thing on Whatnot. There's a lot of people that can't resist, and I don't have that bug. I want to get good deals and all, but I don't have a fear of missing out at all. Yeah, but that is Mark's channel. I'm sure everybody is subscribed to Mark. If not, please go subscribe to Mark. We also had a hard time relying on eBay with their sold data. True, you take it all with a grain of salt coming from eBay sometimes. I like WorthPoint. I'm completely pro WorthPoint. I've been using it since we started the chat show. Travis always was kind enough to use his subscription to help people look up things if they didn't have WorthPoint. I think it's worth it. It was just an interesting question I thought that she posed. Jody. Newer and small. Yeah, that's okay. They all start new and small, right? Look at Dawn. Now that well said, Mark. That's the true. Yeah, that's the fear. Fear of what is that? FOLS. Fear of losing subscribers. Fools. FOLS. They don't let you see who left your channel. That's aggravating. Like if somebody unsubscribes or whatever, you don't see who the user is that unsubscribed. That's probably a good thing to protect people from the wrath. Nobody said they know the song Victoria. Come on, guys. Kinks. John, Popeye, help me out. Kinks. Victoria. Been humming it since I woke up this morning. Yeah, it is strange. Like, I don't think it's a matter of offending. I certainly hope it's not a matter of offending people. I don't know. Maybe people just get bored with the content, or I don't know. Whatever. It would take a lot for me to unsubscribe. It's a very deliberate action. You have to hit unsubscribe, then are you sure you want to subscribe, and click this button. Like, you have to be very deliberate. It takes effort to unsubscribe from somebody. So it kind of does hurt you. Like, what the heck happened? Your existence offends me. No. Just do it. Who cares? There's only about 10 billion other people doing it. Good and Plenty. Oh, I haven't had a Good and Plenty in a while. Mark says Dawn likes it. You keep a spreadsheet that you cross-check daily. If you leave, you are dead to you. Yeah, but you can't see. Oh, you cross-check. I don't know what you probably get into some crazy details. I don't know of any way to find out who the user is that left, though. We send a Scud missile out to anybody, imagine. Get out. Purple Sorko with a haul arriving to isn't that a fun feeling when you get a box come to your house? Kelly, I hope you show off some of those cards you get, man, the military stuff. Maybe you use Instagram, I guess, mostly, right? I'd love to see some of those. Did everybody check out? I forgot the kid's name. He was on our show before the first Paper Palooza. Remember, we had the mega show at like 10 in August, July or August, whenever it was, with John, and Mark was on. A whole bunch of people were on with me. And he was like one of the last people to show up in our show. He was like a fill-in or something. Like, yeah, come on in. And he seemed like this like quiet, reserved kid. And then like that first Paper Palooza, his show was like, oh my, everything he picked was incredible. Like he had great stuff up. And John said it well last night. He's like, he's got a great eye for old paper. He really does. And he sold $750 photo album last night from World War I. Andrew, that's his name. Thank you. Really nice guy. Yeah, in vintage color. That was just every time. I mean, he just always has amazing stuff. But I remember if you guys remember, he was on my show and it was like, I think he filled in for somebody else that could make it or something. He came on like, okay. And like everything he showed was like, holy cow. He has a great eye. You can share on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, no, that doesn't have a huge amount. It just gets a cool topic. Yep. Yep. Yeah, good stuff. And I heard he has a really good following now and whatnot too. With good reason, because every time I see him, he's got amazing things. And he was, if you watched his whatnot last night during the Peoplepalooza, he was reluctant to put that up, the World War I thing up. I'm sure he's glad he did it now. Oh, did he really? See, if everybody's interested and doesn't know, Andrew in vintage color, really, really cool. You can watch the old video from, when the heck was my video, Dawn? When was the video where he was on? When I had the huge show with everybody on? I think it was August. When was the first Peoplepalooza? I don't remember the exact date. I'm searching on my own playlist. But it was a really cool show because it had so many people. Mark with a live appearance. A rare live appearance for Mark, I might add. Of course, Popeye was on. When the heck was that? My videos. Your videos. I think it was in August. If Dawn doesn't find it, I'm going to put a link to it because I'd just like you guys to check it out. And you could see Andrew in action. Everybody's mouths dropped. Do-do-do, the heck was it? Oh, it's a live show, so I have to go into live. I have a lot of live shows in the last year. There we go. It was August 11th. A 3-hour show. Check this out, guys. I'm just going to put this link in here for everybody if you want it. If you didn't see it, if you're a new subscriber and you didn't check it out when it was aired. After this video, after our show tonight, check out this video, everybody. And that's a link for it. You get to see Mark do his thing live on the YouTubes. Yeah, the show that was the preview was the 11th, Dawn. I just put a link. Check that out, everybody, if you want to save it for later on. It's really entertaining. It's a lot of fun. A lot of great guests. Where did I leave off? Sell it by Kelly saying he paid 4 times. Exactly. Oh, yeah, he's good at that, too. I knew it was going to. Remember, I was writing as it was going on, again, of course, we were in Discord. And I'm like, this kid is going to break the bank. Watch. And just ridiculous. $750. Yeah, it was the 11th. I just put it in, John. So you can check out your performance. You don't want to sell any cards from my eBay store. What? Come again? Yeah, the live show was the Friday before. I guess it was the 11th. Oh, is that the album? Excuse me, is that the show from last night with the album? Yeah, you got to check that out, everybody. If you didn't see his whatnot, $750 little photo. I think he built it as 100 photos. Well, I mean, it was incredible on every level, but the great thing is they were all like identified. They all had wording of what exactly you were looking at. It had planes, it had tanks, it had dead bodies. They were all real photos. World War I, out of control. Beautiful book, beautiful album. Did he say where he got him from? I think he said he got it at a auction. He does have a great eye, though, I'll tell you. He always brings amazing things to the table. So again, check out the video I put in there if you feel like it after the show. You want to relive the magic of August 11th, or if you haven't seen it, again, it's a nice opportunity to see a bunch of people that are in this chat all the time, live and in the flesh on the show. I think we had 10 guests. A local auction. Somebody said, yeah. Probably did, but hey, find his keepers, right? I know he said he had it for a while. He was like enjoying them just for his own collection. He said like 6 months or a year or something. I remember him saying that. And then he finally decided, hey, put it up in Paperpalooza. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, again, and when you watch it, if you didn't see it, yeah, he has a kind of cool looking house. The background always looks kind of cool. Yeah, good for him. He's a good guy. Yep. Yeah, I do too. Very likable guy. He has a heck of a future in Reson. I mean, he looks very young. I don't know if I'm sure he's still in his 20s. Safe to say, right? And man, he knows his stuff. Like he just has as Popeye said, it's true. He's got a great eye. Like he just finds this stuff that other people don't see. That's how you make money, right? But I agree totally. He's a very nice guy. And you'll get to see him. I think it was his YouTube debut on the show because he said that. And he seemed kind of nervous and soft-spoken. Like we never, we're just, okay, nice guy. And then again, when that first Paperpalooza, when he came on, I was like, oh my God, everything he showed. Like on my show, he shows a preview of what some of the stuff he planned on presenting during the first Paperpalooza. And a bunch of people were like, oh my God, look at this stuff. And then on the show itself, he was out of control. And he does very long whatnot auctions too, like multiple hour shows. Just about everyone I've seen has been very, very long, but really unique things. Almost everything he presents is very unique. Yeah, did you ask that? Somebody asked if they were all glued, and he said, yeah. And then he said, oh yeah, they sell some kind of a solvent that you could put on the top. I don't know that I would ever use that though, but I think there is something like for stamps, right? That you could technically like put a drip on the top of the photo, which I would not do, but supposedly somehow it helps like separate the glue from the paper or whatever. That's the one bad thing. You've heard he's great at piano. Oh, really? Okay. Get out of here, does he? Yeah, they were glued in. And then, of course, there's going to be the age-old, I'm known as the Barber Seville here with chopping up everything. But that's a case of like, I don't know, do you separate that or you just sell the whole thing? A few people mentioned in his show that, it really did almost reek of being like a museum piece. It was that special. It really appeared to be anyway. And it kind of would be a sin to chop that up, but man, every picture there might have been $100 a shot or more, times, that's maybe $10,000 in that the photo album. I don't know. But needless to say, it was an interesting watch. Very impressive. I have no idea. I didn't know who the person was that won it. I didn't, recognize the username or whatever. But there was a battle which is what you want in your right, Popeye? That's what you want. A battle going on at the end. Like everyone kept going to the 10 seconds and down to like 3. And it was just going up by like $50 increments. Boom, 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 boom. You got some of that stuff? The solvent, yeah. Have you ever tried it on top of something though? The Patience of a Chihuahua? Russ something was the name? Okay. Yeah, I hope so too. Somebody who has deep pockets, that's for sure. But I mean, $750 sounds like so much money, but if you really think about it, got 100 something pictures for $7 a piece. They're worth a whole lot more than $7 a piece. Yeah, exactly. That's the question. Does it work? I thought it was designed for stamps. I don't know if I would ever put it on a photograph, let alone something as important as, real World War I pictures. I probably wouldn't experiment on something like that. I do think there's something for stamps that supposedly that works. You could also just use a steamer. I have a steamer for my outfits and stuff for the Beetle thing, and it has like a fine, like a power washer kind of thing where it concentrates the stream. I have something like that with steam. You could just put a little steam under there to melt the glue. But I just think, given the age of these items and the special nature of those photos, I would never want to try to put some kind of chemical on it that could damage a picture. Victoria. Anybody wants to crank a great song, click that link. King's Victoria. I can't get out of my head for the last 12, 14, 15 hours. I don't know. That's why I have this concentrate, like a nozzle that concentrates it. So you could kind of like try to picture like a picture, try to imagine a photo on now, maybe just like lift the corner and just gently apply the steam. I don't know. Does it have potential for disaster? Absolutely. And that's not the kind of thing, again, that you want to mess up. Dental floss, really? That's cool. Sorting card, no problem, man. We're just chewing the fat. We were stating about the fact that his Andrew's incredible collection of photos, they were all glued. So we're trying to think if there's any way to separate it that wouldn't destroy these pictures. So, of course, everybody has their own little homemade concoctions and ideas. Had someone buy 2 damaged postcard lots. They followed up by sending me an email demanding I give them half the shipping. Yeah, what's up with that? Works good on stamps and magazine labels, but you need patience, which is hard for me to come by. Oh, really? Yeah, I just wouldn't want to take a chance on damaging something so precious. Yeah. Yeah, I've never tried to lot anything up yet, postcard wise, because I don't have enough up yet to do that. But I'm sure eventually I'll wind up doing that. Get some postcard lots up. I'll tell you, everybody jokes about the Niagara Falls cards. Mine is Garden State Arts Center cards. I have like 100 Garden State Arts Center. So just a music venue in New Jersey that I've been to 1,000 times, but I have so many Garden State Arts Center cards. So look for a lot of those coming to an eBay store near you. Postcards. Victoria. Yeah, DePage, that's his whatnot name and vintage color. Yep. Good idea. Yeah, practice on something that's not important. You got to check him out, man. Incredible stuff. Really, really good stuff. With a U. You're welcome. It has 1,000. What, the product you're talking about? The solvent or whatever it is? All right. What's the week's whatnot schedule for those who whatnot? We know we got Paperboy tomorrow. I think it's I'm pretty sure it's 4 o'clock. Check out the link. Dawn posted a link for his show. He's doing print ads tomorrow. If anybody else wants to mention their whatnot appearances, I know, of course, Popeye has Tuesdays. So feel free to advertise the fact that you're going on the whatnots if you are. It was New York box today. I had hefty Niagara Falls pulled out the meat of the mist that I've never seen before. Really? Yeah, even, you joke about it, but you said there are actually a handful that are like fairly scarce and could actually command some money. 22. Yeah, he's incredibly popular. Really interesting, unique items. I think that's the draw to this guy. And plus, he's just a very pleasant guy. And like Kelly said, he does have like a kind of freaky haunted house vibe in the background, which adds to the coolness of it, to be quite frank. Oh, the Art Center. Yeah, I know they changed that. I just call it Garden State Art Center. That's what it always was when I went. Saw Frank Sinatra at the Garden State Art Center. Got a bunch of playbills. Oh, cool. Oh, please. I had slice them up. Who cares? The play's over, most likely. Right? So again, if anybody has anything coming up this week, let me know. As far as shows or whatnots or anything else. We'll be back on Friday night. I'd love to, maybe we'll do a listing show, because now that we're all hanging out, and a lot of us are hanging out in Discord all week, to just sit here and chat like this is almost redundant, as we said in the thing yesterday. So maybe we'll do a little listing or do something a little, we'll change it up a little bit on Friday. I miss doing listing shows. I really do enjoy those. Hopefully you guys enjoy them too. So that'll be Friday night. Tomorrow being Valentine's Day, wife and I will probably go get some dinner or do something nice tomorrow night. But no, other than that, no big plans. Going to do a lot of listings this week. I'm definitely looking forward to getting some listings up this week. I'm almost done with my postcards. So of course, A, I need to get more postcards. B, I could, once I get the postcards all listed. Actually, oh, look at that. See that tub right in back of me? That's letter G, A, B, C, D, F, G. That's almost filled. It's about a little more than halfway filled. So once that's filled, I'm pretty much almost out of postcards. So I'm going to need to get some more. But in the interim, I'll get some more print ads up, because they've been selling really well. Sold some sheet music today too, which was always a good thing. $17 for sheet music. Slow sellers, but they when they do sell, you make so much more than you spent. Your next batch to list is Florida. Oh, no, Wikiwachi. It's called Wikiwachi. Yep, the mermaids. Just sold in the Heights. Congratulations, Karen. Yeah, the video option. Yeah, very cool. We tried that. John tried that out yesterday. You can't bid this week on postcards, so sit them. Oh yeah, cool. I could definitely. Yeah, you're licking your wounds from your $600 Dave Fairbrother. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, he's been in the show a bunch of times. I haven't seen him in a little bit, but anyone else who sells here, yeah, of course. I'm always watching all you guys. I'm saying, if anybody wanted to advertise the fact that doing, of course, John's doing his whatnots. Does anybody else do whatnot that hasn't revealed the fact they do whatnot, that watches the show? If you do, take the opportunity to promote it. I'd be happy to let you promote your stuff. But I'm going to call it a night here. It's 8:30. I want to thank everybody again. I'll see you on Friday night. I'll see you on Discord for the next 5 days in a row, probably 24 hours a day, 20 hours a day. I sleep a couple hours. And as always, Jiminy Flip it at Gmail. Any questions, comments, whatever you got, send me an email. I'm always in it. Get a lot of emails from everybody. That's pretty much it. So I hope you have a great week, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow, and we'll see you on Friday. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.